this Sunday I was fortunate enough to attend the British Grand Prix. We were in the Loughfield stand and I thought I'd show you around, tell you about my experience. So we arrived probably later than we should have, to be honest. So we missed most of F3 apart from the big crash that was right in front of us, which was, great that the driver's safe, but it was exciting. Then we looked around the stands, saw a few of the display cars, looked around the merch and the food, which are both very expensive, so be prepared. £50 for a cap. You can get them for like 30 on Amazon. We then watched the F2, where the support for Arthur Leclerc was crazy. I'm assuming it was because of his association with Charles. And the support for Ollie, the British driver on the grid, was also great. It was a really exciting race. It had a few moments like that had the crowd very engaged. Lots of safety cars. I think there were 3 maybe. Turnout wasn't super crazy for this race. I think most people don't really have a massive interest in F2 yet, but maybe it's getting there. Next was the P1 podcast with Matt and Tommy, which was really actually quite interesting to see them. It was sweet. They're living their dreams. Next was the Porsche mobile race. We didn't really watch much of this. We kind of managed to get trackside while we were walking around and we saw it, so it looks good. Then the Paddock Club came around and the drivers played, and they all got booed. The workers got cheered, but they got booed. And then obviously onto the drivers' parade. Everybody got a cheer. There was love for all the drivers, particularly the British ones, apart from Max Verstappen, who got booed from the crowd. You could see it kind of got him down a bit, to be honest, but in a way he kind of looked used to it, which is really sad. I know he's commented on this a few times and various people have condoned this from the crowd, so I was kind of surprised to hear it, but I guess it's not unsurprising when someone is dominating that much. And look at the amount of Lewis fans that were in that stand, so it's hardly a shock. But then we were on the stand where Lando did the Sky segment, where he started firing shirts into the crowd. It was a really nice interaction with the crowd. He had a crazy amount of support. I think he was probably nearly the most supported British driver. Definitely more than George and Alex, that's for sure. But yeah, the crowd were loving it. He wasn't the best with the shirt cannon, but he gave it a good go. Next was the hot laps, which kind of had some sort of overlap with the red arrows. This was when the stands really started to fill up because, everybody loves the red arrows, sucker for the red arrows. So yeah, that was a really nice thing to see. A little warm up to the race, and then it was the race. As I've already mentioned, the love for the Brits in this crowd was like I've never seen. The crowd was so loud. I remember we watched the race back because I feel like on those screens over there you can't really see everything that's going on. You're so focused on your corner. But yeah, we watched the race back and you can really hear how loud the crowd are, especially at the start when Lando was leading or when George overtook Charles. The crowd was loud. But this is a good corner to be on, I think. As you can see, there's kind of quite a lot going on here. A lot of close battles for positions. So would really recommend it. But yeah, you see those small screens? That's what we had to watch the rest of the race on. And you had a radio set that you could listen to, and that was the commentary from Silverstone radio. But it is kind of tricky to pay attention to all the things that were going on, especially when everything got reshuffled after a safety car. So yeah, I think I would definitely recommend rewatching a race after you go home. Also, the cars are so loud you can't really hear the radio sometimes. There was some really good driving on display at this Grand Prix. A shame about all the retirements, but they would all get cheers round on the track when they were going round in last, which was really nice of the crowd. Max, of course, dominating most of the race, but at the end of the McLaren's making them sweat a little bit with their race pace. It was really nice to see how much they've improved since the start of the season. The reaction to the Ferrari strategy was quite interesting. There were clearly some very irritated fans when they pitted again for the mediums. Yeah, people seemed frustrated, but honestly not surprised. Maybe that's the life of a Ferrari fan these days, I suppose it is. But yeah, honestly, such a good race. Didn't feel stop-starty. It felt like they were coming around your corner constantly. And if not, yeah, you could always look at the screen. There was always something to watch and get engaged with. Such a good race. We were so lucky with, yeah, just the whole way it turned out. But again, Max got booed at the end of the race. On their cool down lap when he came past. Yeah, he did get booed. But a lot of love for the two McLarens, Mercedes, all of the Brits really. And then after the podium, we were allowed to go on the track and go for a track walk. Some people stole some things, got to see the pit lane. It was a really good experience. Honestly, I'd so recommend it to anyone that has the chance to go. I will be putting a blog up, so if anybody wants to hear more, then give that a read. But thank you for watching.